Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Sis RPG here with another episode of my Witcher 3 walkthrough. We're going to be continuing right where we picked up from the last episode of the part 2 of Broken Flowers, and maybe a little bit more after that. We'll see how time allows us for this episode, as we do a little bit shorter than we have been in the past. Without further ado, we'll jump right in. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and see what's going on. Let's find Dandelion. Always have to throw that, like and subscribe out there. It helps me out tremendously. But hey, let's see. If you don't remember the last episode, we were kind of looking for Dandelion, and essentially going to talk to a bunch of his mistresses. And we made it about 2 mistresses in, learning a lot of background about Dandelion and a lot about his personal life, if you will. It looks like we have about 3 more to kind of introduce ourselves to, ask questions about his whereabouts, things of that nature. So, looks like we're going to Molly next, as she is the closest one, I believe.
Like dung that flows to the sewers, so the worst scum flows.
Where's Molly? Where is Molly at? What?
Rain was coming. Felt it in my
Hello, shady individual. Again, I was talking about this last episode with the labels. Townsman, shady individual, guard, rich townsman, butler. It's very literal. You know exactly where you're getting out of these NPCs. Alright, before we go to talk to Molly, I think we have a book, right? If I'm not mistaken. Molly. This is the poem that Dandelion wrote in his planner. He wrote one for each of these women. This is Molly's. Though well she knows the touch of silken lace, she shuns not straw when gripped in lust's embrace. She's in Gildorf, next to the moor. That's how he described her, next to the moor.
This Baronet's Lavallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Greetings, Witcher.
Oh, that's that one guy.
Must admit it's curious to see you here.
That one.
I don't quite believe in coincidences.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of monsters, and my son.
You're right, General. My visit's no accident. I'm looking for someone.
There's no one here who wishes to see you. Captain, this man is not to enter. Forgive me, Morvran, but I've lost my appetite for the races.
Morvran.
Kill a woman's son and appear at her doorstep? My. I thought witches had better survival skills than that.
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
I fear your information's out of date. Molly no longer works here.
She get fired?
Baroness fired her.
Quite the contrary. Molly decided she no longer wished to serve. After Arian's demise, Luis's nephew came to pay his respects. Got one glance of Molly and, well, they wed soon after. They now await his inheritance. With the Baroness's son dead, the estate will go to the nephew and Lady Latar, known until recently simply as Molly.
Well, come up. She married for the gold? It's quite presumptuous, girl.
Gotta wonder if Molly fell for the nephew or his inheritance.
We cannot know that just yet. But I'd wager she has strong feelings for both.
Alright, so where'll I find the newly minted Lady Latar?
Our dear little Molly has a new passion, horse racing. To my knowledge, she should be at Countess Vegelbud's villa right now. That's exactly where I'm going. Since you stripped me of Louise's company, perhaps you'd agree to come along.
Happy to go with you.
Well, if Molly'll be there.
On our way, then.
This is a thing where I have to, like, actually ride with him. Or is this gonna like fast travel me? There we go. Perfect. I didn't want to have to like ride all the way there. So Geralt killed that woman's son. Interesting. Not a lot of people like Geralt.
We've arrived.
Nice place.
I must say, of all the creatures in this region, I find steeds most intriguing. Horses interest you at all, Witcher?
All the same to me. Call each one I ride Roach.
Strange. The grey is Cantarella, sired by Cahir, the champion from Vol.
Yeah. Gray's a good color. Even looks good on horses.
My coin's on the black stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General.
Know much about the others?
Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Britannian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord de Volte acquired him recently. I know little about him, though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
Seem to know your horses.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
Let's race then.
Why not? Wouldn't mind seeing if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Ha! Splendid! In that case, you must choose a mount.
Cantarella. Let's give Nimrod a try. Redanian chestnut. Zerrikanian Bay.
Think I'll give you a run on the Zerrikanian Bay.
Cantarella for me, then. The horses are saddled. Let's begin.
He said it had a lot of stamina, so I'm hoping that stamina will help me out. It's not as fast, but
Riders, ready!
I adore the speed, the rush of air.
Go, go.
okay. I was just saving some stamina there. Oh.
Come on, Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
Hey, I barely won that. I barely won that.
The Roach I chose put in a nice run.
Exceptional. I've not lost the race in
I
a while.
barely won that.
congratulate you. That is yours.
We got a superior racing
Ah,
saddle.
look. Lady Latar has just arrived.
Lady Lachta.
The woman formerly known as Molly. There she stands.
Right. Thanks.
I shall be here for a time. Find me if you'd like to ride back to the city together.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, General. Hello, Molly.
Who do you favor, milady?
Can't decide between the black stallion and the grey mare. Keep going back and forth, back and forth. Sorry, don't believe we've been introduced.
I'm Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
That's clearly a lie. Actually, I'm always rescuing him. But you know what? It's not worth it. Let's just let him have his fun.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be here if not for Dandelion.
told me all about your adventures. How he'd ready you for battle with his songs. How he tamed the Karen by playing his lute.
I meant that literally. Dandelion's why I'm here. Came to ask you about him. Know where he might be?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. Ever since I became Lady Latard, it's been nothing but balls, banquets, and other such... congregations. Awful tiring, all this. But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
His sister? You're aware it doesn't have a sister. Remember your last conversation?
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Of course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
You're aware Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters.
Ciri.
Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we'd visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
Trying to hide something. Thanks very well.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait. Before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. And I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks. And good luck to you on your search.
What an oblivious woman. Alright, we can go up to... Hello, Voris.
Ah, Geralt, there you are. Shall we return together?
Yes, sure.
Gladly.
So we're like
it's a long way to Novigrad.
800,
Seems shorter
yeah.
with some company.
We're pretty far away.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
Alright, as we've traveled over.
And here we are. Thank you for your company.
No worries, bro.
Likewise. See ya.
Geralt is friends with the freaking General of Novigrad, the General of Novigrad. Like, freaking beggar, king of beggars. We're friends with everybody. Oh wait, let's go here. Let's go over here first. I think this is closer. Rosevar Attar. All these women are very interesting. Rosevar Attar. Like a rose abashed of its crimson hue, fair Rosa would sink into humor's blue. She shunned her lessons in civility to swing her dwarf with agility. A charming garden, enclosed villa in Gildorf. Interesting. Assuming these people are here to get in my way.
What do you want?
Looking for Rosa Var Attar.
Want to see Rosa Var Attar?
Oh, mate, if you only knew what I want. Miss Rosa don't see just anybody.
I'm Geralt of Rivia, a witcher.
Soon as Miss Rosa turns into a striker, I'm sure her papa will send for you. But she's not showing any symptoms yet, so I venture you're not needed. On your way now.
Find your way into this place.
Keep your distance.
Hello, rich townswoman.
Thanks, we ain't looking for no witcher.
Uh-huh.
Breathe. That Everyone's so pretty, but he can't keep his hands off himself.
That's weird. It's a weird thing to say about somebody. I wonder if this is the way in. Haha. Is there like some secret entrance? What the heck?
Interesting.
You can pause it if you want to. Oh, my darling Rosa. First one I said. I'm not going to read it out loud. Says some person who is in love with Rosa clearly perished.
You fancy men like me? Whole town's going on about it. So no point playing hard to get, sugar puss.
It's Lady Varatra to you. And I'd
Oh,
advise
Sugar
you to
Puss?
sod off, Sugar Puss, before I report this to Papa.
Did you call him Sugar Puss?
Who are you? Why are you here? Answer this instant or I'll summon the guards.
Sorry to sneak in, miss. I'm Geralt, a friend of the bard Dandelion.
Geralt of Rivia? The famed witcher of the ballads?
What are you doing here, vagrant? How'd you get in? I let no one in the front, my lady. I swear it on the great sun.
Not a word. I'll handle this. Hold your tongue, sir. This is Frederick Francis de Bergerac, my new swordplay instructor, correct? Show him to the training room. I shall join him shortly.
But my lady's a witcher. Said so himself back by the gates.
Captain, do you truly believe Rosa Varatra would train with random clods calling themselves swordmasters? No. The Varatras demand the very best. Thus, we've hired a witcher. Take him to the training room. Now.
As you say, miss.
Man, nothing can be simple with Geralt, you know? Now he's gotta train some lady. This guy's like, fuck you, dude.
Won't you realise what you've got yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rose has got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword. Grab a wooden one. Take care not to hurt the little. Follow me.
What's up, butler? So I had to grab a wooden sword. So I gotta fight this lady.
You're my new instructor. Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
Alright, let's get it, lady.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Fight!
Get out of here, lady.
Damn it!
She's not gonna hang with us.
You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
Didn't we just talk?
Am I imagining things? Didn't we just have this conversation in the garden?
The garden? Yes, yes. In the garden. So, what was it you said? Why are you here?
Is this lady insane or what?
Before I ask, gotta admit, you do pretty well with a sword. One pointer. Don't expose your left flank when you dodge.
Oh, I know. Terrible habit. Can't seem to get rid of it. I'd hoped to find someone in Novigrad who could help me to do so. But don't you dare try to dazzle me with advice. Already admitted you're not here to give me lessons.
True.
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship.
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter. Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
So she has like a twin or something? Gotcha. So that other one pretended to be her. So that was like a twin. Gotcha.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
I am literally whooping you.
Stop flaunting and fight!
Dandelion dates the most interesting woman.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one?
Yeah, kill this lady?
Damn it! Well, if you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Gladly.
Can't rightly refuse a request from a lady.
What are you two lovebirds whispering about?
So they just look
You
identical.
asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna var Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Hang on. So it was you in the garden.
Of course it was me. Why, did Rosa try to play you for a fool? Don't be mad. We've done this since we were children. People have always mistaken us for one another.
Daily having trouble keeping you straight?
Take it Dandelion did too.
On occasion, yes. But then Rosa would quickly set him straight. If you'd shut your catty mouth for a moment, dear little sister, I could explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Easy, ladies.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Whose talents did he praise?
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trebaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Kalonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Kalonetta.
I should go.
Dandelion act any different lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna, what? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery. Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna go.
Been a pleasure. but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again. Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
Where and when? Sure, why not?
Awfully convincing, miss. Wonder where you learned it. Name the time and place.
House here, tomorrow. Same time as today.
See you then.
See you, Master Witcher.
And this is like, screw you guys. Yeah. Can I have my clothes back? Hey guys, that'll be the end of this episode. It actually was. It's now going to be a three-parter. I thought I was going to be able to do it in two, but it went a little longer than I wanted to for these videos these days. So we will wrap up there. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Next week we will pick up with part 3 of Broken Flowers and finish that up. But as always, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Appreciate you watching. And as always, guys, have a good one.